Hi everyone, what we have today is a huge box. As you can see, it doesn't even fit in the frame. That's the latest model from HK Models. That's a Dornier 335B-2. As you can see, it's called a Zerstorer. And this model is huge indeed because it's done in the 32nd scale, and as you can see, it's written here that it would have wingspan of 48 centimeters and length of 43 centimeters, so it should be quite huge. And as you can see, this model consists of 282 parts. Inside you would find nose weight and as well as cartograph decals. Once again, I can't say it once again, box is really huge, box is heavy. On the sides we have nice pictures of the Zerstorer, of this Pfeil, and also what we have here is other versions available in Dornier 335 series. As we can see, it would be a night fighter, two-seater trainer, fighter bomber and destroyer. Basically the version we have here today. So this destroyer has a top opening box, very nice tough top part. I really like it because it's also important for the kit. As we can see, all parts are packed in this bubble wrap, but they're not packed in the separate bags, which is a bit weird in my opinion, because I mean it would be better to pack them in a separate bags. Decal sheet is represented with this huge page. I would remove it from the back. As I mentioned, decal sheet is printed by cartograph. And it's obvious, it's easy to see here. I mean, the printing quality is excellent. All those huge symbols are printed and look like a real paint. All colors are bright, all writings are sharp. It's a bit surprising, I don't know why. Maybe on the bottom of this box we would find another page with decals, but now we have like only symbols and only plenty of stencils, which is really surprising for the 32nd scale. Then we have this small bag with P parts, which include only belts. I would focus the camera so you would see it better. So here you can see belts, not pre-painted, and also one mesh for the air intake, I suppose. Then we have sprues. Let's check them one by one. I mean, we can do it in any other way. So sprues are really huge, as you can see they're wide. Please give me a moment to focus the camera. So they're pretty wide. Here we have wing parts with this gondolas for the guns. As you can see, molding quality is really excellent. We have here riveting done almost everywhere where it's needed. Recessed panel lines, inside there is nothing, just only see-through hole, throughout hole, let's say. What else? Some cowling parts, that's the tank parts, that should be engine parts, and also some even cockpit parts. As you can see, dashboard is molded really in excellent way, and those guns, just look on them, I mean, really nice. Of course, guns don't have a hollow parts, but it wouldn't be hard to drill it out, in my opinion. And the second sprue, which is packed into the same bag, let's say, it has, I suppose it's a pilot seat, also some engine parts, engine cooling parts, some external parts. I don't know even what those parts would be used for, frankly speaking. Air intakes which are molded as a one piece. So it's a really nice feature because you won't have to like mess around with two half air intakes, just one piece part, no seams. You remove it carefully from the sprue and you're done. And also some fuselage panels for the engine, I think it's engine cooling, which has structure inside, so you can open it, I suppose. Really nice also that we have the small tabs which replicate attachments of the real engine. And also look on this, I think those are some doors. Just look on their detailization. Really beautiful. It's a bit surprising why HK models decided to use such package and such, let's say, white, really white sprues. I mean, the sprues, as you can see, are white as boxes. Okay, so nevertheless, I mean, we can enjoy the quality of this model because molding quality is really excellent. And I like the division of the parts because some parts are done as a single part, so you won't have to glue all those 2 elements, 3 element assemblies to the model. You just have this one part which has these thin attachment points, and you don't have to mess around with a sanding paper or something else. Then we have a, let's do it from another way. We have wing ends, wing edges, let's say, which have nice riveting, and also there is separately molded speed intake, and I suppose navigation light would be done separately because, as you can see, we have here these concave spots. Then we have this landing gear wheel doors, which are done together with these brake lines, and they're made from quite thick plastic. This one is also nice because it has riveting inside. I have to zoom it in so you would see it. Now you see it more properly. You can see the riveting here, it's really nice. And on the other side, of course, riveting is also present. Really nice parts. The whole level of detailization of this model is really surprising because, I mean, you don't expect this from, let's say, newcomers, and HK Models is definitely a new company. And that's surprising in a good way because, I mean, it's nice to have new companies which strive for even better, even higher detailization. Then we have here Canopy Parts, which are also done in a very interesting way. As you can see, they're clear as a glass, but this part, it has this throughout holes, which would be, I think, placed with those small parts, which can be positioned opened, I suppose. Really nice. Just prepare for some masking to do. Or maybe Edward will issue some masks, which would be quite useful with such a good kit. I already saw on Facebook, for example, belts from Czech company HW, which are designed for this model, so I think it won't take a long time to see other, let's say, add-ons for this model. Okay, we have here also weights, which are quite heavy, and I mean they're really heavy and they should help model standing on its landing gear. Then we have some huge screws. I should open this bag, and we have engine parts. Engine on this model is really comprehensive assembly because, as you can see, molding quality is excellent, and parts division is really smart because some elements are molded straight away on the block. You don't have to fiddle with the small parts, but some parts are done separately in order to achieve higher detailization. I mean, that's really good for the out of the box part. Of course there is nothing inside, but I mean, it's really nice. Then we have other engine parts, which are also done in a similar fashion. I mean, I also like molding quality because those attachment points and absolute absence of this flash on the parts, it's really nice to see. All those small features make me think that it would be a real pleasure to assemble this model because, I mean, let's say clever part division would only benefit whole model. Here we have some other parts. For example, this landing gear struts are done as a single part with this part. I don't know why. Maybe for the, let's say, for more strength. Also we have this here weld seams, which are replicated quite nice. And on the other side there is nothing interesting worth mentioning, let's say. I also like this, I suppose it would be wheels hubs, which are molded in, and they would make it easier to, let's say, assemble model and paint wheels. I think it won't be hard anyway because wheels will be so huge that you can do mask yourself. Okay, I remove this spruce and we move on. We have other engine parts. Those will be used for the second engine. I hope you remember that Dornier had two engines, in the front and in the rear part. Then we have, I hope it's a fuselage part. Yeah, of course it's a fuselage part, but I suppose it would be bottom part. Here you can see it in its full glory. Really nice riveting panel lines, all hatches are molded here in place. Tanks are also done nice way. However, tank is divided into two halves and it's understandable because parts are really huge and I think it's hard to mold this parts so huge in one piece. But really nice detailization. I mean, look on those lines without any PE parts. I mean, it's out of plastic. Let's move on. Then we would deal with really huge sprues with really huge parts. Let's check them one by one. Wow. It's really interesting. I mean, look, the parts are so huge, the sprue broke. So be careful and deal with your model carefully. I mean, even with the box, because you can easily break sprue parts. I mean, parts would be hard to break because they're made from this thick plastic, but anyway. So we have here wing parts. As you remember, wing edges were molded as separate parts. Those I suppose are top parts, here are bottom parts. Really nice quality molding. Front slats are done as a separate parts as well as flaps, and I suppose, no, ailerons are done integrally, I think. No, ailerons are also molded separately. Inside we would find really nice detalization of the wheel wells. You can see it here. And I think that wheel struts will make one of the most important components of these wheel wells. But we would check it further in the review. And then we have a fuselage part, which is also really nice. It's a pleasure to look on these parts, I mean, really beautiful. And what else? Let's flip it over. Nothing on the inside. I think cockpit will be done as a separate assembly. We would see it now. There is one more huge sprue, which features really nice cockpit. I mean, this cockpit is on the level of the top manufacturers. I mean, look on all the small details, I mean, small parts, even those rudder handles and everything else is molded from the plastic, not from the PE parts. The same story with those valves. I mean, all wires, all small parts are molded straight away from the plastic. Of course, there are two propellers which are molded together with blades. I'm not so fond of those attachment points because they could have made it to the center hub, but otherwise the quality is really nice. What else? There are also several parts for the, I think, cabin floor, as well as air intake and something else. Here we can see other part, you know, how it's complicated. It's not a resin, that's a plastic once again. I mean, I'm really amazed with these parts. From the other side we don't see anything interesting. But anyway, I mean, it's really nice to see such detalization in the 32nd scale. It's obvious that manufacturer takes advantage of the scale, doesn't use it in a vain. And here we have this huge part which will be connecting the engine and the propeller. Really nice. Even the small parts are present here, pedals, oxygen bottles and something else. For example, trimmer wheels. You can see them here. In other words, it's a really nice kit, and I'm really surprised with its detalization. I mean, you don't see it often on the kits, on the, let's say, on those mainstream kits, and it's really nice to see that one of manufacturers decided to bring the model which has everything inside. I think that's all for today, and I would try to cover all the sprues in even more detailed photos on our website as usual. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and please like our Facebook group. We would appreciate your help. Thank you for watching and see you soon.